Welcome back to ITV Art, where we feature the best of photographers, designers, and artists from around the world. I'm your host, Darren, and right now we're standing at Crypticon 2009 with the one, the only, infamous girl who has your pen pal friend, the writer for Planet Lovecraft and Revenant magazines, Jenna Pitman. Jenna, how's it going today?
It's going great. It's a great con.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your involvement with Crypticon. I know you're a staff member here, but you also work for Planet Lovecraft and Revenant magazines. Tell me a little bit about your involvement with that.
I write for Planet Lovecraft magazine, and that is a nonfiction piece that I do with them. I do their artist spotlight. This, in issue 3, we have the famous Paul Carrick, who's done a lot of work with Chaosium and all of their fantastic Call of Cthulhu games. With Revenant, I currently am writing on our online fiction pieces, and I am going to be the editor. We're going to be going to print at the end of the year, and I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to be the fiction editor for us. I'll be selecting everyone's pieces.
Awesome.
Very excited about that.
So who are some of the people that you've covered doing the nonfiction pieces? Like, is that a behind the scenes, meet the writer in our magazine, or how's that work? Artists. All artists. Okay.
So we do our featured artist spotlight. In this issue, it's Paul Carrick, and then in issue 4, there's going to be Rob Corliss, who actually did the program for Crypticon. The fantastic Phantasm cover. He did that as an original piece. We're going to be selling a lot of his sketches here because he's awesome.
Awesome. Now, how did you get your start in all of this?
Well, I met KL Young, who's the art director. I met him at NorthwestCon 2 years ago. And I've been writing most of my life, but I went to there and I was doing some writing work there, and he and I started talking. He decided that he really liked working with me, so he and I hooked up and we started working together on this. I contacted Jeff Bow, who does Revenant magazine, and he and I started talking, and all I've ever gotten published have been my zombie stories. So we sat down, and Revenant magazine covers mostly zombies. It eventually will be going into more undead, but right now it's just zombies. And we do the Revenant Film Festival every year. So he and I started talking about the festival. We started talking about stories. He originally just published my stories, and then I started asking him about his plans for print and if he had an editor or any of that, and he didn't. So I stepped up and took over.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned you write zombie stories for Revenant. Is there an ongoing theme, or is it short stories, or tell me a little bit series? Oh, it's a series.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about the series.
It features a woman named Darby who is kind of insane. She was a mechanic who lived up in the Cascade Mountains, the glorious Cascades of Washington, and she isn't really personable. She doesn't like people. When the zombie apocalypse came, she managed to survive because she wasn't around anyone, and she moved to this place called Haven eventually, about 2 years after the zombie apocalypse happened, and it's all the stories about her and her view of what's going on in this fortified town that has sprung up since the zombies happened. And it's all mostly the interpersonal relationships and how they're kind of starting to break. It's been 6 years after the zombie apocalypse. They haven't left. They're all starting to fray and go a little insane.
Is there any hope out there in the rest of the world? Have they made contact with anyone, or is it just are they just stranded thinking we're in the mountains and it's us?
They think it's just them. They don't know any better. They don't know what's going on. The zombies sort of eased off for a while, but now they're coming back and they don't know why.
Awesome. Now, and has it been explained why the zombie apocalypse, how the start of it happened? Was it poison gas, nuclear warfare? Okay, just curious, just going on some of the traditional models of how they started.
My assumption with things like zombie apocalypses is you don't have time to find out. If you're not someone who was there when it happened, you're not going to know. And unless something got repaired, like society got back together, you're not going to find out anyway. And since society hasn't been repaired yet, they don't know.
Oh, well, that sounds like a very long, ongoing story.
Yes.
Awesome. Jenna, is there anything that you want to let our ITV viewers know about before we let you get back to the convention?
Let's see. Planet Lovecraft will be having issue 4 come out next month, and we're really excited about that. We're going to be having a website revamp. We're really excited about that. And then, of course, just the Revenant Film Festival every year in October, all zombie films, and the print magazine.
Awesome. That sounds like a handful.
All right.
Well, where can people find out more information about Planet Lovecraft and Revenant magazine?
Planet Lovecraft can be found at planetlovecraftmagazine.com, and Revenant Magazine can be found at revenantmagazine.com.
Pretty straightforward there. All right, doesn't get any more straightforward than that. Well, Jenna, thank you very much for coming on ITV. It was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Don't forget you can go to our website, itvnw.com, where you can register to become an ITV VIP member, enter to win free prizes, and win guest appearances on the show. This is Darren and Jenna Pitman coming to you from Crypticon 2009 in Seattle, Washington. We'll be right back.
I'm attorney Alexander Ransom. Have you been charged with a DUI or faced any other criminal charges? If you're in trouble with the law, you need a trial attorney who's aggressive, experienced, and effective. Call today for a free consultation. The law offices of Alexander Ransom. I look forward to serving you and getting your criminal charges reduced or dismissed. Call today. The law offices of Alexander Ransom. Call today.
Oh, baby, you are the best. You are the best. You're so strong. You're so strong. So much support.
Our systems will rock your world.